Can send Brian the link for the yeah. Please check Google Workspace Administrator for restrictions. There we go. Hopefully that'll help with background noise. Start webinar. It's 11:03. Let's get this started. Hello, everybody. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, and we are getting ready to go live on here and get everything. I'm gonna wait for a minute to make sure everyone's on. I need to find something. Hello, everybody. People are coming in. Good to see everybody. There we go. Had to mute something else. It was getting a bit much hearing reverb. So welcome everybody. We have a great turnout today, and we're talking about big data. And I think everybody knows kind of what big data is, and it can be kind of scary. And I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, the whole thing with Twitter versus Elon Musk, and the importance, really the gravity of that whole situation is Twitter has been very loose with people's data. My camera's not focused. That's not cool. They have not been careful. They have not protected. They've actually created their algorithms so that they will be able to track data more easily, sell data more easily, et cetera. And Elon Musk coming in and being like, dude, y'all can't do that, calling them on the carpet, buying them, and then requiring disclosures. He is taking on a titan right now. And he has the ability to do it because he's Elon freaking Musk and he has a ton of money. So he can do this, and going and then them trying to go to court, everything. So be aware that this is very relevant in our society, in the world. This is not just like here. And I watched information yesterday about how they are going to be doing like in space, like literally there's going to be internet everywhere. So when you go to space, like whenever space travel becomes everyday, life happenings, this is what's going on. So we're talking about cybersecurity, and this is all part of our training we do in big data and how to keep your information off of the internet. Now, I am going to pre-disclose that none of this is 100%. You cannot completely, unless you pay somebody like a lot of money to get you 100% off of the internet. And even that would be very, very difficult. But there is no way to get yourself 100% off of the internet. However, there are steps that you can take to protect you and your family when it comes to your data and cybersecurity protection, because this is going on all of your phones, your work devices, any device that you have. And I'm going to walk you through 3 main areas where your data is stored. So that's going to be your like social media, your phone, it's going to be big data brokers, and it's going to be web browsers. So I'm going to walk you through that. And we have a lot of ground to cover. And I want to let you guys know, first of all, thank you for coming. Thank you for participating and taking this seriously. If you are here, it means that you really do value what's going on in your life and your data, and you want to do something about it. And that's what I love about cybersecurity, is that you don't have to depend on everybody else to take care of you. You don't have to depend on the government to do this. You can take steps to protect yourself and your business and your future and your family all by yourself. And you don't have to feel like you're being taken advantage of from big data. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have questions, Priscilla is on here and she is watching everything so that you can ask questions. I will answer them at the end. If there's something pertinent, raise your hand, like, we got you. So this is the importance of these type of sessions, is that you have the opportunity to be a part of this, to talk, to ask questions, to interact with us. This is not just me yammering for like 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started so we can knock this out. And you guys will walk away with actionable items on how to protect yourself. And if you want the recording, it is live right now on YouTube, but we will have this on our YouTube channel so that you can watch it whenever, share it with whoever you want. Please subscribe to our channel, subscribe to, like, follow us for cybersecurity tips, but let's get started. All right. I'm going to switch screens so that we can watch this. And here we go. All right. Here is how we stop big data from stalking you. This is going to be the big people. We've got Google, Twitter, Facebook, Meta. These are just some, but this is how to protect you and your family online. So first of all, most of us have an iOS or an Android phone. Things are a little bit different on Android. I'm very familiar with iPhone. So if you need tips for Android, shoot us an email. I'll get you the steps for that. No problem. But here's how on your iOS, your iPhone, how you can turn off tracking on like any social media. And two, be aware that most every app has tracking, and they're tracking location, whether you're data sharing, etc. So go through all of your apps and check them, because you have to turn them off individually. iPhone does not have a blanketed thing where you can just turn it all off. You do have to take the time and go through every one of them. And then while you're at it, if you have apps that you're not using, get rid of them. Go into your iCloud account and get rid of those so that your credentials aren't lurking out there and vulnerable. So here's how we're going to turn it off. First, you're going to go to your settings page. You see I've got settings circled right there. I chose Instagram and covered my other stuff. So you'll go to Instagram, you'll pull it up, and in there you'll see location. All right, so I highlighted that. You'll click on that. You can address some of this other stuff. If you don't want to share your camera, you don't have to. Share your microphone, you don't have to, etc. But you see down here, it has allow tracking. Turn it off. All right, and then we're going to go to location, and I always keep it on never. Now, in order to show you precise location, I had to open it, ask next time, or when I share. So if you have it on never, you don't have to worry about it. It's never sharing your location. But if you have it on ask next time or while you're using the app, etc., you can turn off precise location. Now, this does not typically, in these settings, it is not tracking anything. They do gather some metadata and they keep it for their use. So, I mean, if you really don't want to be on the internet, then don't live in a modern world and don't do anything with computers or the internet. But this is a way to reduce it. So it's not 100%. It's, I'm doing disclaimers because I can guarantee you somebody's going to be like, you can't do this. I get it all the time. And I'm like, I'm aware, but common people, they just want their major data off. Okay. So turn off precise location and then you're done. All right. Now, Google, guys, we're going to take a minute to talk about Google and all the major browsers. I'm not picking on Google. I'm picking on all major browsers. So you've got Edge, you've got Bing, you've got Yahoo, you've got Google. All of them are the same. So you can use these steps for whatever browser you use, Safari, etc. And you can go in and adjust those settings on all of them. This is going to give you an idea of where to look. Now, this is the longest section because, guys, Google has a lot of steps to turn your data off so that they're not tracking your breathing, your moving. And like here's what I love. So if you have free email, like gmail.com, you're paying for free. This is what I'm going to share about big data and the relevance for that. Okay. If you are using, how you'll be on your phone and not only in your apps, but sometimes you'll just start getting ads and you're like, how the heck did I get an ad for, Camp World when I don't go camping? Like I've never done that. Let's say you've got an email that you sent that had something in there that referenced to camping. And free email accounts, it's not encrypted. So when it's going end to end, it is open and it's traceable. So bots are reading everything and that's how they pull out that data. That's how you get all those crazy ads that you're like, I didn't even ask for that. I don't even know how, because they are listening. All right. So this is how we're going to reduce the amount of their ability to listen and learn from your life and your, everything you're doing. So it's how to keep it private. This is going to be long, so hang with me, everybody. All right. If you have your Google account, you'll log into it, whether this is paid or free. I do suggest that if you have email, you spend the $65 a year for a private email. That will create the end-to-end encryption. There's other things that you can use, but if you love Google, if whatever email you're using, please pay for it. Like most of us, I'm gonna tell you, all you women, y'all I go to TJ Maxx, I go to Marshall's, right? It's hard to get out of there under $50 unless you're extremely disciplined, let alone Walmart. Guys, you go to wherever you go. I don't know where y'all go, so I'm not even pretend, but we can spend that kind of money, no problem. So take that money, invest in privacy, and especially for your kids, start teaching them how to do all this stuff. They're growing up more savvy than we did. So here's what you're going to do. Log into your Google account. You're going to go to your home to manage your account. So look in managing your account. And this is what I want you to choose: privacy and personalization. All right, choose that. Then next, you're going to have some options here. They're going through privacy checkup. You can walk through that, see it. But this right here is what you're going to be looking for: your data and privacy option. Okay. Then you have 3 different options you're going to do. You're going to have to go through these individually, just like your apps on your phone. You have to do everything individually. So we're just starting with web and app activity. All right. This is how they know where you're going and what to throw your way, how to market to you. You know how like Amazon, you start buying stuff and they're like, hey, here, try this outfit. You like this clothes? You like these golf clubs? And you're like, how you know all that? And then they're good. Like I have to stop buying Amazon stuff because I'm like, y'all know me too well now. I feel like violated somehow. So go to web and app activity, and you see here, like I have it off because this is me. This is what I do. But if you have it on, you're just going to click turn off. All right. If it was on, you can select what you want. Some people don't mind having all this on because they really like a personalized experience. That's what you're going to lose from this. I, however, do not like to be tracked on everything that I do. I like a little bit of privacy. So this is how you'll turn it off for your web and app activity. So whether it's on your phone and the apps that you're using that are associated with Google, or you're using the browser, whenever you're using the browser, this is going to stop it from tracking everything. Okay, now, if you want to manage my activity verification, you're going to require extra verification. And you'll see if you turn on extra verification, Google will make sure it's really you before you can see or delete your full history on my activity. This can help keep your history safer on shared devices. So understand how Google works is it's tracking, that is your identity, and it's tracking you on whatever device you're doing. So it's keeping all the data coherent for you. Now, if you want extra verification, which this I like because it reminds me of multi-factor authentication, right? Like you don't want people accessing everything, seeing all your stuff. If you haven't changed your password and God knows how long, if you don't even have MFA set up on your emails, at least do this, please. But if you have all that on, this is going to start protecting your life and your digital life. So please do require extra verification. Now, here's what we're going to do. The next thing in web and app activity is not saving activity. If you don't want them to save your searches, where you're going, any details of how you're moving around, then you're going to turn it off. Don't save any of that activity. You just turn it off. Now, the next step in here is going to manage my activity verification. And we did that a minute ago, turning it off. So your location history, these are in activity controls. You're going to go find this location history, and I'll take you back so you can see it, right here. So location history, this will be the next one. You're going to click on that. Let me take you down. And so you're going to turn that off. Are you starting to see the pattern here? Like you just got to select it, go in, turn it off. That's how it rolls. The next drop down was personal results and search, all these things, ad settings. You turn it off, right? Like there's no need to keep all this stuff on if you don't want a personalized interaction with it, if you don't want them giving you recommendations for everything, if you don't like getting credit card, offers all the time and weird ads. This is how they get all of this information, is they're mining. Google is the largest, most robust searcher, like web browser. And what they're doing is they are literally scanning everything that has your information in it and pulling it together for results. So next thing, as you scroll down that main page in data and privacy, you're going to say info you can share with others. So again, you've got profile and location sharing, right? So they can't track where you are. Now they do put a stipulation that if you turn this on, they're only tracking within a 1 mile radius. Still, I don't like them knowing everything that I've got. The only time that this is going to interfere with you is if you're trying to Google restaurants and it can't see where you're at. So if you're out, if you're traveling, you're like, what's the best restaurant here? I know that we love food. Like we really love stopping at cool, new, different locations, mom and pop joint, people that put their heart and soul into food. So we always Google. So I will turn it on for that, find what I need, and then turn it off. So know that you can do it. This is as you want. This, you have the power to choose. So select profile, select sharing, location sharing, and you turn it off. That's it. So you see a pattern, you just have to go in and take your time. So understand the reason why this is important is because your data is the new currency. Why do you think ransomware has increased by hundreds of % in the last few years? Because hackers know people want their data. Most everything is online. I think it was like, I saw a percentage, 68 of the world's population has all their data online, okay? And there's one broker that I'm going to show you that they hold the most data out of all the data brokers in the world. So your data is imperative. So I don't know if you guys shop at Kroger, right? Like you get these cool little coupons that are personalized to you and they're like, hey, now that's great information. We like that. We like getting rewarded for knowing our habits, but there is a cost to everything. And if you don't want your data being sold, then know how to, not put it out there and how to protect it. And like I said before, your data, it will never be 100% scrubbed off the internet. Okay. Whoever can come up with that technology, baby, they could rule the world. I'm just telling you, I think everybody would pay a lot of money if they could expunge, like get everything off of the internet. Some people, I mean, those of us running business, we want a web presence, right? But just know none of this is 100%, but it typically, this will reduce your amount of data on there and start to really get you in a privacy posture. So if you are really interested, if Google and Bing and Yahoo and Safari and Edge, if those guys, you're like, I don't like that. I really don't like being tracked. I have two options for you guys, okay? You have Brave and you have DuckDuckGo. So these are two web browsers that create privacy automatically, that have encryption, that aren't selling your data. So if you want to know other options, this is it. So I've taught you how to get your stuff off of Google and all of the main stuff. If you really want to operate in cybersecurity posture in a privacy manner, then I would go with brave.com or DuckDuckGo. Now, here's what Brave does. This is just to show you how it's going to affect you and why, there's tools in our cybersecurity world that we use. And if you are a business, doing this is not enough. You need to have tools, and that's what I want. That's why I'm encouraging this. There are DNS browsers, right? This is DNS technology, and DNS is domain name. Oh gosh, I don't remember the S part. Sorry, service. domain name service. And thank you. One of my guys shouted out to him like, thank you, Tyler. It's because I'm talking to you guys. I can't remember it. But this is what everything goes through. So if you're going to malicious site and you have this technology, this security on there, it's going to block it. It goes extra than what these guys include in there. And as a business, you really want to do that. And two, if you don't want your employees going to malicious sites or other things, like you can block stuff. If you really want to deal with efficiency and security in your company, you need to make sure that you have a quality DNS filter. All right. So that technology is sitting over your company and everybody who's accessing the internet to make sure that they are protecting your company and their interaction with it. So back to Brave versus Google. This is why it's important for you. Okay. We're going to start with cross-site trackers. Brave blocks by default. Google, a few block by default, and it's not protected. All right. So they're only going to do a little bit. Brave does a lot. Invasive ads, they're blocked by Brave. A few are blocked by default with Google. But again, I've taught you how to go in and change all those settings in there so that you can reduce that and you're not having it. An insecure HTTP connection, you automatically have that in Brave. You don't have that in Google. And you're like, what the heck does that mean? So that means if you are going to a website, and a lot of times small businesses will have this, is they don't have a secure website. And the importance of having a secure website means that it can't be altered, hacked. It's more security put in there to protect your domain, your business name, your email names, all of that stuff. So you want that HTTP, you want that lock. You know that lock that sits on the front of your URLs? You want to see that. If you don't see that, that's what it's saying, is that Google won't block that. They'll let you go to malicious sites. They will put up a warning, be like, hey, this might be an insecure site. Do you want to go there? And we're like, hey, yeah, we don't care. It's like going to a bad, frat party with people who are already drunk there. Brave will also, by default, it will stop and block malware and phishing. Okay. Google does a little bit of that. So that's just to show you some differences between Brave and Google and the other big guys. The last part that we're going to go through is data brokers. And we're like, who the heck are data brokers? What does this have to do with me? These are the companies in the world that get all of your information and they sell it. That's why I said data is the new currency, right? Like, not only do hackers want it, data brokers want it, because that's where they're tracking. They're selling you for marketing and they're making money off of you and you don't get a dime from it. That's what I don't like. I feel like it's a little bit of extortion. I feel like you're being taken advantage of and you don't get anything for it, aside from a coupon here and there, and then offers for stuff you'll never use. So that's what data brokers are. And there are more than this. These are some of the top 5 data brokers in the world. Remember earlier, I told you that one of them held the most out of everybody? That's right down here. It's Axiom. So all of these guys, and we've all done this. We can do it on Facebook. You can do it on Instagram. But if those of you're looking for people that you haven't found, you need an address, you'll go to whitepages.com and it'll pull up everybody's stuff. And then if you want more information, you have to pay for it. Again, how the heck do they have that information? Because they're scraping the internet for you. They're making money off of it. So I'm going to show you quickly some steps to unsubscribe, to get off of these data broker sites. This is a lot of work. It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes per site to do this. So just understand that it's going to involve phone calls. It's going to be submitting emails and waiting. So if you are serious and you want to get your information off, this is how you're going to unsubscribe to get off of these things. So I've showed you right here, beenverified.com is one of them. That's a big one. All right. Here, this is the website. And really, if you Google been verified opt-out form, it's going to show you how to get there. But this is what you're going to be looking for. Now, the first step in almost all of these sites, not all of them, but almost all of them, is you have to put your name in and you have to search that. All right. The next thing, so you search your name and it'll give you a URL. So it'll be like beenverified.com, mary.hamilton, whatever, and that'll give you a URL. So you're going to copy that URL and you're going to put it in here. And then you're going to send it verification email. So then it'll verify, then you're going to follow the steps and that'll walk you through it. So if you want, and again, all of these pretty much do the same thing. You've got Oracle, you've got White Pages, you've got Spokio. There was Radaris. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It sounds like radar with an is. So there's quite a few of them out there. If you want a list of all of them, please reach out to me and I will give you a list so that you can systematically go through. I do have URLs for more of them, and I will be posting later on, like social media and probably the email that we send out just so you can see it. So if you want your privacy, these are some steps that you can take to remain private. And now I'm pretty much done with my presentation. So if anybody has any questions, I'd love for you to go ahead and throw them out there and to see if this was helpful for you guys in keeping your life secure. Did anybody like it? Get something? Get some hand raises? There we go. Yay. Awesome. I appreciate you guys spending time with me, and all of this goes, if you are our clients, then you know that this is a regular cybersecurity training and you've got this. So share it with your company so that they can see how to help keep your company and themselves secure. And for those of you who are not a part of us, if you have any questions, my whole goal is to educate people so that they can take a more secure posture. So thank you so much for joining me today. And we will be sending follow-up emails for all of you guys. Oh, looks like I might have some questions. Okay, we had no questions, just some comments. I do want to say that Brian Hamilton asked, can I get bicycle insurance? Or do I need cyber coverage for that? Thought that was very funny. I was like, thank you. No insurance here. But just to let you guys know, we will be doing another session at the last Thursday of September. That's going to be with cybersecurity and business. So join us then. You will get an email for that. And again, if you want to, you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever. I'm constantly sharing tips, and this is just helping you. And my whole goal is to make sure that people are more secure. So thank you for joining me today. And I hope you guys have a fabulous day. There's no question.